たらーん、皆様、本当にお久しぶりでございました。なぜこんなに間が空いたかと申しますと、第一、実は、シャットダウンというかコロナ、ちょっと解除されまして、急に仕事が始まってしまいまして、もう髪の毛ボーボー、もう山んまんみたいなお客さんがたっぷりと私のアポイントメントを入れてくれましてね、うちのこともそうだし、あとお店の仕事もそうだし、まあ忙しくなってしまって、時計もガンガン鳴ってるという、そんなような状態で、実はできなかったので、皆さんごめんなさいね。みんななんか私が死んじゃったのかな、それとも何かあったのかなというご心配の、なんか連絡もありましたが、こうやって私ずうずうしく生きておりますので、皆さん心配しないでくださいませ。今日実は今日初めてなんですが、私のマイハズバンド私の旦那が、3週にわたって、出ることになりまして、実は、昨日ビデオを撮ったところで、そのビデオに字幕をつけなきゃいけないということなので、私が今ちょろちょろと字幕をつけたんですけどもね、ただその字幕ももう事細かにやるともう入りきれないので、大まかに、字幕を入れて、英語の全くわからない人用にちゃんと、字幕をつけてみました。では皆様、ぜひ3週にわたっていきますんで、うちの旦那もうしっかりと見てやってくださいませ。では皆さんどうぞ。
Is how's the gay life in the United States from your childhood to till now?
Okay, so right now I'm 59, quickly approaching. No, I'm 58, approaching 59, and so I think. In terms of acceptance of gay people in America, things have changed dramatically from the time I was 18 years old until now. When I was a kid, for most people, if you were gay, you kept it a secret. And people would lie to their family members, and people would get into fake marriages, et cetera, et cetera. I think now that's completely changed. But I say that with the understanding that America is a huge nation with 350 million people. So what's true here in San Francisco may not be true in Kansas.
Do you have any idea what make that change?
I think there were a combination of things. So in the 1960s, there was a riot at a gay bar in New York City. It was called Stonewall, and that kind of started the gay rights movement in America. And I think at the point in time where I really noticed it changing, it was in the 1990s. There was a popular TV show called Will and Grace, and it was about this gay man and his best friend Grace. I think at that point, things started changing. And then in, I believe, 2012, they legalized same-sex marriage in America. And I think at this point, acceptance is pretty universal. But once again, I'm speaking as somebody who lives in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I don't know what it would be like in Kansas. I keep saying Kansas, but any other places in America.
So in the United States, New York and California are the two biggest states to be open for that?
No, not necessarily. I think there are many places where it's probably fairly comfortable to be gay. I do want to add that Iowa, which is a state in the middle of the country, was one of the first states that legalized same-sex marriage.
Oh, Iowa.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think most Japanese people probably don't even know where that is. It's right in the middle of America.
Okay, next question is what made you think you are a gay, like you're
Right.
not straight?
When I was 12 years old, so in America, when you go into 7th grade, you go to middle school, which means you leave the primary school and you go to a larger school. And when I got into, should I wait for the clock to stop?
This moment, yes,
Yeah,
that would be
okay.
good.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay?
When I moved into middle school, all the kids were calling everybody gay, and it was an insult. And so I started calling everybody gay. Say, hey, you gay? Are you gay? You gay? And I didn't know what it meant. And then there was a popular TV show at that point called Maude. And in the show, Maude had a neighbor who wasn't too bright. And they had a friend who was gay, and Maude explained to her neighbor what gay meant because her neighbor didn't know. And that's when I figured out I was gay. And it was really shocking. And I had a really hard time with it because it was not okay to be gay at that point in time.
Because the education system is taught you like not okay.
No, it wasn't that. It was the culture. And so I actually come from Boston, which is a big city on the East Coast. And at that point in time in Boston, it was not accepted. And so it could have been very different in San Francisco. I don't know.
So which means when you are like your childhood, it's hard for you to talk to your friends
Yeah,
who you
no.
are.
Couldn't tell anyone.
Anyone.
Yeah, no, it wasn't safe.
Wow.
Yeah, not your family or friends.
It must be so hard to keep everything inside of you.
Yeah, it was. It was a struggle. But I think it's like that in a lot of places. And America has changed, but I think in other parts of the world it's still very much like that. And I think Japan is very much like that. Or am I mistaken?
That's maybe we can ask Toshi.
All right, Toshi. Well, Toshi was from a long time ago. I mean, things now may be different.
But still kind of 20 years kind of behind right now.
20 years, okay.
Yeah.
But the thing that's most shocking to me is how quickly it changed.
Yeah.
In California, you mean?
No, in America.
United States. Okay.
Yeah, it felt like it changed in like less than 10 years.
Wow, that only
It was
10
very
years?
quick. It was very quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really good. When I moved here in 2009, so almost 11, 12 years ago, and then when I walked in Castro Street, I was shocked because the people are so open for who they are, shaking their hands and kissing each other. But no problem. Can anybody look at twice? It's just what it is. So I thought the culture was being here for long enough.
In San Francisco.
In San Francisco.
But not elsewhere.
Oh, wow.
So I think every big city in America had their gay neighborhood, very similar to every big city in Japan has their gay neighborhood. But I think what happened is, I don't know if San Francisco really has a gay neighborhood anymore. I haven't been to the Castro in years. I don't go there. There's no reason for me to go there.
Because you have a beautiful partner.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not that. We're accepted everywhere. We can go out to dinner everywhere. We can go out shopping. Nobody makes us feel bad or unwelcome. At least I've never experienced that. Have you?
Yeah, no.
No.
It's kind of gay everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it
don't
used
have
to
to
be
go.
kind of, it's a San Francisco, Castro Street area kind of really gay people only kind of, just special area. But now,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Even in the country. Yeah.
Yeah, some wineries owner is like a gay marriage couple or like a lesbian couple, and then
Actually, it was some. So do you remember? There was a big TV star who did the Godzilla movie, Raymond Burr. Do you remember him? Well, maybe. I mean, you're too young, but.
I do not know.
Okay, so he was a big star in America, and he was gay, and he owned a winery, and I think it was near St. Helena.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still there. I think his partner still owns it, or maybe he sold it. I don't know.
There is a kind of a small community. Is there having like the gay couple wineries?
Yeah.
They have a little community.
Perry Mason?
Perry Mason, yeah.
Perry Mason.
Yeah, he was also Ironside.
Yeah.
And then he did a movie about Godzilla that was in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like we don't really have many gay friends that I think of.
We have Rory and
They're not
Nicole.
really, they don't-
This is a lesbian couple.
I know, but they're not really
Yeah, that's
people.
really, yeah.
Yeah, they don't come over. I mean, in terms of people who come over the house, I mean, everybody's straight. I think.
But it's kind of not special as a gay or straight.
It doesn't
Kind of
matter.
Doesn't
everything
matter.
kind of all together. For example, we are best friend Yasu and Steve. They're straight,
Yeah,
but we are best friend.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Not necessarily kind of
Yeah.
who is gay, who is a straight.
Yeah,
Then what?
yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what?
So what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really even matter.
Yeah.
And so it's like the whole concept of having a gay neighborhood is completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
And it's really because not too long ago we probably would have gone to the gay neighborhood a lot. We probably would have spent a lot of time there. But now it's completely unnecessary.
So maybe like I don't know how many years later, but in the future, probably we wouldn't categorize anybody as gay or lesbian or straight, just a couple.
Well, you probably say, yeah, they're gay.
Okay.
But yeah, like I don't walk around saying, oh, my friend so and so, he's straight, or he's heterosexual or whatever. It's just like it doesn't matter. It's not. It's completely irrelevant. Yeah.
It's like I'm from Japan. I'm from something like that kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I may, if I'm talking about you, I may say, well, she's Japanese, you know, but it's not really, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Okay. The next question is. When like you said you needed to hide yourself, you being gay. So what made you to coming out?
So when I really came out, I was living in the middle of America in a city called Cincinnati. And at that point in time, Cincinnati was very backward. And there were these religious groups there who were trying to convert gay people to being straight. And so that's when I felt it was necessary to come out. And actually, I came out on television. Yeah, I used to have this job in which I had to do these interviews with one of the small local cable channels.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was.
Wow, I didn't know. Did you know that?
I doubt if anybody saw it to tell you the truth.
Wow.
But I made so there was this religious group in Cincinnati that was trying to convert gay people to being straight, and their whole reference was that gay was a choice and you didn't have to be gay. Which so my point was, well, if that's true, then being heterosexual must be a choice and you don't have to be heterosexual.
Okay.
And so I kind of made that point, and that didn't make people happy.
Why you
Well,
say
because
that?
if you think that a gay person can become straight, it's just a choice, then your sexual preference must be the same. You can change it. And you're assuming because you can change it, everybody else can change it. So, but they didn't respond well to that.
So you're one of the brave one.
Yeah, I eventually left. I was only there a year and a half. It was an unhappy time in my life.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Although one thing I have to say is that most people are pretty nice, and one-on-one they were fine. You know, and I didn't really encounter any hatred or anything. But overall, the culture in that area did not accept alternative lifestyles. Now, I mean, that was 20 years ago. Now it's probably different.
20 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. I've been here for 20 years.
And then now, everybody knows who you are, or
Yeah. I mean, I don't talk about it, but I assume I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
That makes
like
sense.
people know you're Japanese. There's probably some people who think you're Korean or Chinese or whatever,
Really?
but most people think you're Japanese. I think there is an assumption though that people make that everybody's straight, and usually when I correct them, they just apologize, and it's not a big deal.
What is your definition of a marriage?
My definition of marriage? Well, I think, okay, so there's legal definition, and I think marriage is just when two people come together because they love each other, and because two is better than one, you can accomplish more, you can do more with your life, and because you love each other and you get along. Now in America, the legal definition of marriage means you're legally married, comes with tax benefits, which means you save a lot of money when you get married, you pay less taxes. And so before 2012, gay people in America could not get married, and then in 2012 that changed. So it's been almost 10 years now.
So you like the 2012 change?
Yeah, because we got tax benefits and we saved money. I mean, it didn't really matter to me that the government says your marriage isn't legal, but I mean, why should I not benefit from those tax savings just like anybody else?
Okay.
So that was clearly discriminatory. But they changed it. They did the right thing. They changed it.
When they changed it, did you see any difficulty or challenges?
No.
It's just
So-
regular.
So what was interesting is so in America we have 50 states. So there's the federal government and then each state. So the state of California changed it earlier. I don't remember when. And then they had a vote, and the voters voted to overturn it.
Okay.
And then later the federal government passed same-sex marriage nationally, which so it was a little odd because the state you could get married and the federal government you couldn't, but now the federal government kind of trumps everybody else.
How long did it take to change the federal?
After they overturned the California, it was about 3 years, I think.
3 years?
Yeah, interestingly enough, this is really interesting, the reason that the California same-sex marriage got overturned was probably because Obama. It happened when he was running for his first term in the White House.
Interesting.
Because African American voters tend to be very conservative on social issues. Or they were at that point in time. And so they came out in large numbers to vote for Obama, and they also overturned same-sex marriage in California.
Whoa.
Yeah, but then later the Supreme Court ruled that the moratorium against same-sex marriage was illegal and it was unconstitutional, so then it got overturned nationally.
It's a kind of off topic, but now the marijuana in California is illegal, but not the federal level. So
same thing. Yeah,
kind of
not the same thing, but similar thing. Yeah. And so you can still get arrested for smoking marijuana because it's illegal at the federal level, but it's not illegal at the state level. And so, but it's very unlikely that anyone's going to arrest you. So it's just. Plus, I don't smoke marijuana, so I don't worry about it.
It's just interesting. Maybe it takes 3 years, like the gay marriage.
Well, yeah, the federal. I don't understand why they're keeping. Yeah, I don't understand why they would change it. It's just ridiculous. But it is what it is.
Oh, crazy.